In classical music, we often talk about playing with authenticity, as if the composer's intentions are something stable and accessible, written clearly in the score. But when it comes to Chopin, that assumption breaks down almost immediately. Much of what we know as Chopin comes to us through layers of editorial decisions, conflicting first editions, handwritten copies prepared by students, publisher interventions, and reconstructions. Even the most frequently played works exist in multiple versions. This video is a step-by-step guide to understanding those differences and help you decide. Between 1830 and 1840, Chopin published most of his works in parallel editions across 3 different cities: Paris, Leipzig, and London. The French editions were often the first. The German editions were prepared from an additional manuscript or from the French manuscripts. The English editions, instead, often published by Wessel, show even more differences. In some cases, Chopin made corrections only in one city's edition, and he disregarded the other editions or the other versions he had published. There is no single urtext edition from his lifetime that can be considered final or comprehensive. Now I'm going to give you 5 steps you can follow when dealing with Chopin's pieces. First of all, we should audit the sources. Before you interpret a piece by Chopin, you need to know what you are holding in your hands. Which edition are you using? Was the piece published during Chopin's lifetime? If not, what you're seeing might not reflect his final intentions or any intentions at all. Step 2. Once you have identified the sources, lay them side by side. Use different versions and then compare them. Step 3. Once you have compared the different editions that you have for that same piece, know who touched the score and why that matters. Every Chopin's edition carries an editorial legacy. Some names are well known, others are hidden in the fine print. All of them have traces. For instance, Julian Fontana published Fantaisie-Impromptu as well as several mazurkas, waltzes, and other unpublished pieces after Chopin's death. He was a friend of Chopin, but not necessarily a faithful transmitter of what Chopin might have wanted. Carol Mikuli, one of Chopin's most prominent students, edited a complete edition in the second half of the 19th century. His markings reflect both the manuscript sources and his memory of Chopin's playing, but he also added some of his own choices in the manuscript. Even the so-called neutral editions like Paderewski's and others, while respecting the manuscript, often contain decisions that reflect tradition more than fidelity. So ask, who edited the edition you're using? Did they have access to the original manuscript? Did they document their changes or just made them? Step 4, ask yourself your own purpose. Why are you learning that piece? So ask yourself, is this for performance, study, recording, or competition? Step 5, take ownership of your decisions. So you can't play everything in every way, but you can make your own choices and you can choose what to play and how. And so we have to make peace with the fact that Chopin's music is not a fixed object. It's layered, full of voices, traces, revisions, and historical context. The printed score is not the music, it's just the map of the music Chopin might have written. And the more carefully you read it, the more clarity you will gain.